Hello, Rama Rama Puput. Hope all are in good health, feeling great, wonderful, having a happy and peaceful life. Now let's continue with the next part. Ah, those were wonderful days. Often he would pass into trances of so palpably divine a nature that we who were gathered around him then would feel that he was a god rather than a man. Strangely, too, he possessed the power of inducing a similar state in his disciples by means of a single touch. In this state, they could understand the deep mysteries of God by means of direct perception. But let me tell you how he affected me. I had been educated along Western lines. My head was filled with intellectual pride. I had served in Calcutta College as professor of English literature, history, and political economy at different times. Ramakrishna was living in the temple of Dakneshwarar, which is only a few miles up the river from Calcutta. There I found him one unforgettable spring day and listened to his simple expression of spiritual ideas born of his own experience. I made a feeble attempt to argue with him, but soon became tongue tied in that sacred presence whose effect on me was too deep for words. Again and again I visited him, unable to stay away from this poor, humble but divine person, until Ramakrishna one day humorously remarked, "A peacock was given a dose of opium at 4 o'clock. The next day it appeared again exactly at that hour. It was under the spell of opium and came for another dose." That was true. Symbolically speaking, I had never enjoyed such blissful experiences as when I was in the presence of Ramakrishna. So, can you wonder why I came again and again? And so I became one of his group of intimate disciples, as distinguished from merely occasional visitors. One day the master said to me, "I can see from the signs of your eyes, brow, and face that you are a yogi. Do all your work then, but keep your mind on God. Wife, children, father, and mother, live with all and serve them as if they are your own. The tortoise swims about in the waters of the lake, but her mind is fixed to where her eggs are laid, on the banks. So do all the work of the world, but keep the mind on God." And so, after the passing away of our Master, when most of the other disciples voluntarily renounced the world, adopted the yellow robe, and trained themselves to spread Ramakrishna's message throughout India, I did not give up my profession but carried on with my work in education. Nevertheless, such was my determination not to be of the world, although I was in it, that on some nights I would retire at dead night to the open veranda before the Senate House and sleep among the homeless beggars of the city who usually collected there to spend the night. This used to make me feel, temporarily at least, that I was a man with no possessions. Ramakrishna had gone, but as you travel through India, you will see something of the social, philanthropic, medical, and educational work being done throughout the country under the inspiration of those early disciples of his, most of whom, alas, have now passed away too. What you will not see so easily is the number of changed hearts and changed lives, primarily due to this wonderful man. For this message has been handed down from disciple to disciple who have spread it as widely as they could, and I have been privileged to take down many of his sayings in Bengali. The published record has entered almost every household in Bengal, while translations have also gone into other parts of India. So you see how Ramakrishna's influence has spread far beyond the immediate circle of his little group of disciples. Mahasaya finishes his long recital and relapses into silence. As I look at his face anew, I am struck by the non Hindu colour and cast of his face. Again, I am wafted back to a little kingdom in Asia Minor, where the children of Israel find a temporary respite from their hard fortunes. I picture Mahashaya among them as a venerable prophet speaking to his people. How noble and dignified the man looks! His goodness, honesty, virtue, pity, and sincerity are transparent. He possesses the self respect of a man who has lived a long life in utter obedience to the voice of conscience. Let's continue the next chapter. Thank you. Bye bye. Rama Rama Puppodu.